the most autistic coded masterpiece in music history. It doesn't have lyrics. It has howling. It was improvised in one take by a woman who thought she failed, and it wrecks me every time.
Hey! Hey! Fatal miss. Spot the pattern, name the twist. Thought you fast, felt too deep. Found the signal you couldn't keep. Yeah, the signal you couldn't keep. They see it first, they say it clear. What you missed is why they're here. Chaos connectors. It's not a mess, it's how they map. You call it chaos, they're good with that. Chaos connectors.
Welcome to Chaos Connectors, the podcast where bold claims meet weird logic, meet neurodivergent brilliance. I'm Ryan Sailstad.
Between the two of us, there is ADHD, autism, dyslexia, dyscalculia, you name it. We call it a feature, not a flaw.
Every episode, one of us makes a big, weird, sometimes unhinged claim.
And then we take you on the chaotic, meaningful ride to explain how we got there. Pop culture meets brain science meets way too many feelings.
All right, I want to hear about your claim.
This episode is about The Great Gig in the Sky, the magnificent track of The Dark Side of the Moon, which is Pink Floyd's album, the best concept album ever made in music history. So have you heard song recently?
Yeah, I re-listened to it just for this.
I hear about it all the time. Music without lyrics hits differently for neurodivergent brains. To me, it's just something experiential and sensory, and it is connected to my neurodivergence. I'll play this song, and it moves me in a way that a song with lyrics doesn't.
Well, and this whole album is such a put headphones on and just let yourself go.
I actually have the cover of it tattooed on my arm.
Oh, wow.
Really, really love this album, The Dark Side of the Moon, and this song is in it. The Great Gig in the Sky. And so for just a tiny little bit of context, it was a song that was improvised in one take by a woman who howled through the entire song with no lyrics. And so it's just an experience.
And anybody, if you've heard Dark Side of the Moon, you know this track.
It's the one with the woman.
It's haunting. It's big. And when you told me what you're doing and then I listened to the track, I was like, okay, there's so many feelings in this. I tend to not listen to that album track by track or even think about it track by track. I'll just put that whole album on it.
You have to listen to it A to Z.
Yeah, you're not supposed to tell people to pause a podcast episode and listen to it, but you should pause it and listen to it.
Well, the music from the 60s, the 70s just hits different. And when it's good, it's that great.
Yeah.
Right? Like they really did change music history. And I think this album is one of those angular ones in that legacy, that musical, historical legacy that they left us. And I think that in that album, that song just shines. And I think my claim is that it's just so autistic coded, right? And you mentioned so many feelings in this song. And something to think about, the song is a meltdown.
Yeah.
The song is a moment of a shutdown. It's a moment of losing control of the articulation of the emotion and just being in this moment of emotion that you just can't but feel it. And so you're shutting down, you're melting down, and you're out of control. And in the song, it gives that vibe, right? Like the song is something that just is loose and out there. But there's so many feelings. You don't know if she's sad, if she's ecstatic. It's just like an emotional opus, and it hits the nervous system. And I think by doing that, it connects to anybody. It doesn't matter. Because it bypasses language, it becomes something that even those who often miss the language part, we still experience it fully.
Yeah. You said something really interesting about it being all emotions, but you don't know what those emotions are. So it allows the listener to own that music for themselves. You can listen to that in any mood and kind of identify with it. And that is, I think, a really powerful thing about this song, this album. They knew what they were doing.
This song is the sound of emotional dysregulation. Like the song has it all. You know, it starts in a calm way. It rises explosively. It peaks in chaos. And then it winds down as the singer winds down. The come down is this peak of emotions and just making the sounds. Like the fact that it was fully improvised is just so cool because it's just this emotional journey that there was no guidance to what came out. And it somehow, in its chaos, has structure. It is a song. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah.
She still guides it into a narrative.
What is the kind of journey you go on when you've heard this song?
So to me, the song is about like being fed up.
Mm.
If that's the right way to put it. It's not a very poetic way to put it, but it's like
Yeah.
I always end up playing it when that's it for me. I can't anymore. Like I can't have this. I can't take this anymore. Like whatever I'm grappling with right now, this feeling, this emotion, this place where I'm at, like I'm so frustrated. I'm at the peak. I'm like done with it. And so I listen to the song and trust me, I've screamed it and howled it myself in my room so often, right? And cried it. And it has taken me through breakups and through my dad's loss. It's almost like a way to process or like a mini therapy session
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. I have actually a Dark Side of the Moon story. This is when I lived in Colorado, and I would occasionally come back to North Carolina. If you're flying through that part of the country, there is often thunderstorms and you're in smaller planes. This is the worst flight experience I've ever had in my life. We're going into we're going through a thunderstorm. Like it is straight through. They should have gone around it. They should have gone higher or lower, but I'm looking out the window and there's lightning going off everywhere. And I'm like, I am going to die. I am going to die. And I had at that point a second generation iPod or something. I'm in this thing and it's just going up and down. There's a guy who was in a business suit. I look over and he's crying in it's got his head in his lap and he's crying. Like
Oh
that,
my
it was
God.
that bad. So I'm like, we're going to die. Like we're going to die here. And I remember I looked through my iPod at the time and I found Dark Side. And I was like, if I'm going to die, and I put that on and I was like, I have no control over this situation, but at least I can control what I'm going to go out listening to. And it was perfect for the. So you talk about like the emotions of just whatever you're in.
Oh my
I'm going to
God.
go out listening to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
It's wild. That is your like you're going down on a plane song. There is nothing more at the height and the peak of drama than this.
That's a perfect thing for this song, is because you have all these feelings, but you have no control. And it just allows you to channel the feelings out.
Exactly. And let them out and scream them. And I'll scream them. It's just such a beautiful masterpiece. And the first awe-inspiring fact to me about this song is that it was fully improvised, right? By Claire Torrey, who showed up and just let the music do its thing. The other wild thing to me is that she thought that she had messed it up. And so, like, that's how much she got into it. I think she herself lost so much control. And this is about the emotional dysregulation that I wanted to close. Like, she herself lost so much control that she was scared. She was like, I failed.
Yeah.
This is not good. And she left thinking this.
Such a theme of being neurodivergent and having those emotions that you're like, oh, where did I go with that? And then walking out, oh my gosh, with my ADHD, I know that like I walk out of interactions and stuff like that and just have that experience of, did I just fuck that up?
Imposters.
And that to know that like one of the greatest rock tracks or pieces of music ever made, the person walked out feeling that way.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And the fact that she was like able to do that, right? How she went in with like zero prep and they told her, think about death. So let's think about that for a minute.
That's
Like,
crazy. Now,
that's all she had. And then she like came up with that howling song. And we still don't know if it's a happy or a sad song. It's a gut-wrenching song is what it is. It's a song that feels, right? But it's like, is it about grief? I don't know. Is it about the not dying, is it, but what is it about? Like, they just told her to think about death. So, like, she didn't write what came out of that song. She felt it. It's a song that was felt.
It's
It's a sensory song. So here comes Claire, and it's think about death, and like, boom. And not only did she improvise the song that she felt so bad about, the final track is largely the first take.
Mm.
It doesn't get more unmasked
yeah.
than that. It really doesn't. Like, it's full journey out in the open, being neurodivergent, being different, letting go, showing yourself in your fuller, maybe loudest self. And then she thought that she overdid it. When she was done, she actually apologized.
And there, and
She
if that's not
apologized.
neurodivergent, I don't know what is. Doing something that's
That's some
yeah, apologizing for the
apologizing for existing, right?
such an amazing example of when someone just bared their soul and in almost one track or one take, it just happens. You have this amazing thing that will outlive us all.
Oh, yeah.
This came out 10 years before I was born.
50 years ago.
So
Yeah, that's right.
you picked the perfect one for if you're talking about Dark Side of the Moon, because it is
It's the
there's
song.
other, I think Money's on there. There's ones that got a little bit of radio play, but like when you know Dark Side of the Moon,
You can't top this
it's
song.
just the peak of that. And it's so damn vulnerable now. Like when I think about it like that.
So vulnerable. You know what? You know what else gets me? Like, and that this is again part of so much part of the neurodivergent experience, how much we rely on feedback, right? How we tend to take things very literally. And the band did not praise her in the moment. Okay. They weren't literal and straight up to her. Like I said, the song is autistic coded, right? I'm not diagnosing Claire Torrey, nor saying in any way here for legal purposes that she is autistic or neurodivergent. I'm saying the song is autistic coded as
Yes.
hell. And in that moment, she didn't get praised, right? And that's part of me, like to me, like the neurodivergent experience. And she actually did assume that it wasn't going to make the final cut. She assumed defeat, like so many of us often do. And she didn't know that it was included in the album until she saw her name in the credits while she was browsing a record store.
That's crazy. That's
How crazy is that?
yeah.
Mistaken for a failure by themselves. Like this brilliant person walking around thinking they failed miserably until the album came out and she was able to buy it and she sees her name in it. How crazy is that? And like you said, this song is going to like outlive us all.
Mhm. Did they spend? Does it say here how much they spent on? She goes paid.
In Louder Sound, which this guy Fraser Lurie from my research said that her vocals lifted the song to celestial height, and that it was the best 30 pounds Pink Floyd ever spent.
30 pounds.
Whew.
Yeah, that's nothing.
30 pounds.
I mean, even
That's nothing.
1973,
Well,
that's not much.
it's the best 30 they ever spent, right? Because literally, the Dark Side of the Moon does not exist without The Great Gig in the Sky. That's a certainty.
It's not.
That her performance manages to express the full range of human emotion without relying on words.
Nope.
Brings us right back again to, it's not happy and it's not a sad song.
I'm curious when you talk about how neurodivergent folks really see themselves reflected. I feel like we often have to go find the things that we connect to. And this is definitely one of them. I listened to it and I was like, okay, but having talked to you, and it really is an amazing piece of art.
For anybody. No, it is. I really do think the song in particular, both its making and the song itself and the experience of listening to it are great mirrors of the neurodivergent experience. I really think so. That's why, I pitched this, because it really was just like boom. And I've heard this song so many times. And even me getting diagnosed only 2 years ago, the song hits different now. I didn't really see this as neurodivergent. Like, I wasn't myself really neurodivergent until a couple of years ago. I had other diagnosis, but it wasn't the same. And the song just gets deeper for me.
Yeah. This is such an emotional song without words. And I think that's where there's lots of emotional songs that have lyrics and they'll tell you what kind of to feel.
Right.
And this one, because of the format, it just allows you to, whatever you're feeling, to put it in there. I think that's powerful.
Yeah. And in any language, in any part of the world, you don't need to have to mumble through the lyrics if you don't really speak English. You don't need a translation. You don't need anything to connect to this song. You just need to press play. It's maybe the most accessible song because there are certainly plenty of vocal-less instrumental pieces, but that's not what this is. There's a human here. The human is a different kind of instrument. The human voice is a different kind of instrument. It comes with the human experience infused in it. And so the fact that she does it without words is groundbreaking, I think. And I don't know how many other songs do that.
No, and you're really right. So you look at a track, so like I love movie scores and I love those, but you listen to something like the Raiders March from Indiana Jones. It makes you feel something, but it makes you feel something very specific. It's almost like it's telling you what to feel.
Right.
This one, one,
in the same way as a song would.
Right. This is allowing you to put whatever you want to onto it. And that's a really unique and an interesting thing to do in music.
It's still telling you where to go. It's clear that there's like the narrative, the story is clear, even in a song without lyrics, because there's a replacement for lyrics in some kind of instrument and something.
Where do you, when that song finally ends, where do you feel like when you've started it to where you end the song? How do you feel like the journey when you listen to this song?
My journey mirrors the song.
Okay.
Like, I know the song in a way that, like, just you press play and I can feel the song already. Like, I know exactly what's coming after. And so I just write it. Like, it's literally a song that I write. And I just get on it. And so when she peaks, I peak. And when she's coming down, I'm coming down. And when she's over here, I'm over here. Like, the rhythm of it, sing calmly. I do all the things that I listed earlier, right? I explode. I sing chaotically. I calm down very humanly. I do all of the things. I cry every time. It's either I need to cry or I need air. I've been wailing for so long and I've forgotten to breathe. That happens to me all the time. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, damn it, I have to breathe. And then I'll miss a couple beats because I have to take like the deepest breath because I'm literally about to like just completely like just die of suffocation. Like, it's just like, it really get into it, and I love it. I love every second of it.
It's almost anchoring, where it draws you back.
Yeah, it's grounding. That's why I like it as mini therapy. Mm-hmm. When I don't know what else to do with myself and my feelings sometimes, especially if I'm alone, this song helps me let it out and get grounded.
My daughter, she's 7, and she went into her room the other day and started listening to whatever music. She was in a bad mood. We're at 7 and we get in bad moods a lot. We get grumpy. But she went into her room and she came out and she goes, I think when I'm in a bad mood, if I listen to music, it makes me feel better. And I was like, that's a thing. That's yes.
It's a thing.
Oh, yes.
People do that.
Please. I'm glad you're figuring that out.
Please do that.
I'm glad you're figuring that out at 7 because, like, honestly, it took me a lot longer to figure out that find a song, find a something that speaks to you in this way, even if this isn't the one.
Yeah.
Like,
even if it's not on purpose,
yeah.
Right? Because this song wasn't made for us, right? It's not some kind of official autistic anthem or anything. It's not.
It's not.
But if it speaks to you, let it.
Take it. There's a Bare Naked Ladies song, Brian Wilson, that whenever I'm feeling sad, I'll put that one on because it's literally a song about being depressed, and it starts very mellow and literally just like an acoustic guitar, and then ends with this like everybody just playing the shit out of their instruments. And whenever I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, I identify with the first part, and it just builds me up into the end of that song, and I'm just like, I feel seen in it. And
I love that.
and you know, I think that
And that's a great, I love that. Wrap it up, like you
that's
said.
my depressed song. And when I'm feeling depressed, I listen to that. But this is going to go into my rotation here.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was in the middle. I thought I was going to die, and I put this album on, and was like,
I love
just,
that.
I just
That
need to.
story is so freaking great.
I need to feel my feelings, and this is it's a great album too.
That better be in the post about this episode. Your near-death experience. What the hell? And then you tell me this, and you're like, and this is what I chose when I thought I was dying.
It
Oh.
wasn't.
So everybody, if you didn't pause and listen to it before, totally cool. Now that the podcast is ending, listen to it. Put it on, play it on YouTube, put it on whatever streaming service you are listening on this podcast to. Just play the song because it will be an experience.
Get the best headphones or AirPods that you have. Surround
Immersive.
sound. Close your eyes. Listen to this.
That's it for this episode of Chaos Connectors. If you liked it, share it, rate it, leave a review. Basically, help us get this thing into more ears.
You'll find links in this episode's description, including where to subscribe and follow us. And if you got thoughts on this episode, send us a message.
Asa.
I'm Ryan Sailstad.
And this has been Chaos Connectors.
What you missed is why there